School of Media and Communication Director Edgar Simpson recently hosted a panel about trends in the digital world. See what he talked about at the top of the show.
Puppies, painting, RAs, and counselors came to comfort USM students. We'll tell you why coming up. SMTV starts right now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Television Studio on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News. News you can use.
Hello, USM. I'm Kenny Ellzey.
And I'm Garret Grove. Thank you for tuning in to SMTV. This past Thursday, a special event happened in College Hall. Dr. Edgar Simpson, WUSM radio host of News You Need, hosted a panel focusing on the digital trends within the media.
SM2 reporter Stephanie Smith covered the event and showed how ChatGPT, social media, and more is changing the digital landscape.
The School of Media and Communications radio station WUSM-FM hosts News You Need, Tremors in a Digital World, sponsored by Partners for the Arts on February 23rd in Stout Hall. Panel of experts and student representatives talk about headlines regarding digital platforms such as the state banning TikTok from devices and services and the artificial intelligence tool ChatGPT. Dr. Edgar Simpson and panelists also discuss other issues in the world of digital and social media.
I hope that students will begin thinking about the impact of artificial intelligence and applications like ChatGPT. What effect does that have on their future careers, on their college careers? What kind of things should they be thinking about before they just automatically start using these new applications? There's a lot of potential impacts to the courses that you take, to how you do your assignments, to the future careers that you're going to go into. So this event was designed to begin that discussion among our students.
So I'm a marketing major and a social media minor. So I will be working professionally with social media and the digital landscape, and the tremors in social media and in the digital world are extremely important to me, both in terms of my big dream, which is to have my own agency for creatives. I've been modeling for several years and I'm passionate about it in that realm. So I know that it's something that we as students will be facing and are already facing. We need to prepare ourselves and we need to talk about it. We need to communicate about it. It is important for us to sit up and talk as a group to understand what is upcoming and what is happening now so we can be proactive instead of reactive.
The event was broadcasted live on the SM2 Media's YouTube page. Southern Miss students left the event with knowledge and insight on what is currently happening in digital platforms.
I just learned how much students are paying attention to what's going on. So I didn't know many students knew about ChatGPT, and along the way I have learned more about it. So it was really interesting to see students have something to say, and also professors too. So I don't see many events where students and professors can come together and talk about how technology, AI, is affecting them in two different ways, but still come together and have coherent answers about how we can move forward and kind of learn to navigate with AI.
I'm Stephanie Smith, reporting for SM2 Media.
The USM Residence Hall Association recently hosted a mental health awareness event called Puppies in Painting on February 6th. SM2 reporter Lauren Jones witnessed the event firsthand and has this report.
The Residence Hall Association's first event of the semester was one to remember. Students from all across campus filled the RHA Center to paint, see puppies, and learn more about mental health awareness. The event included speaker Shannon Reynolds from Student Counseling Services. She promoted offerings for SCS and interacted with those present. During her presentation, Therapy Dog Major Payne, also known as Moo Moo, entertained those present.
And so we were so happy to be invited tonight to come to share what we do, love on these students. That's what we're all about, is loving everyone and giving love.
During the event, students could bring their creativity to life by painting whatever they wanted on a small canvas. like sophomore Erin Sorolla, who deeply engaged with the RHA event. This event was a great opportunity for the experienced painter to have time for her hobby.
So I really enjoyed coming here. It's just the socialization, the art. It was just a really fun time because I got to meet so many new people and talk about what we were painting and how we were doing it.
The event hosted by the Residence Hall Association was overflowing with students like Sorolla, and organizers anticipate more engagement like this in the future.
Getting invited to help with this organization was wonderful, and we look forward to coming back a bunch more.
The RHA's next event is a trivia night on March 22nd in the courtyard across from the library. Lauren Jones, SM2 News.
The AASO hosted the 6th annual Cultural Legends Ball showcasing Black excellence.
So the AASO Cultural Legends.
Oh, snap. Students across the university community dressed formally for this special evening to showcase student achievement across the campus. There were several notable awards given to students and other organizations across campus who went above the call of duty for their community. Several students showcased their talents from singing to singing poetry and even dancing. Organizers were ecstatic about the affair.
So the AASO Cultural Legends Ball is the opportunity for us to celebrate culture within the African American Student Organization. So, the purpose of that was to have awards so we can make sure that people know they are recognized, they are heard, they are seen. That was the theme for this one. It was Black elegance and timeless. So it was like the BET Awards, and that's when we set it up and wanted to set it up like that.
A similar award ceremony hosted by the Office of Leadership and Student Involvement is slated to happen later this semester. We still have several stories left in the show. Be sure to stay tuned for the latest news, sports, and weather affecting Hattiesburg.
Speaking of the weather, Kenny, let's go ahead and toss it over to weather reporter Bethel Miles for the latest updates on what's happening in the Pine Belt. Bethel, what can we expect over the next week?
Thanks, guys. I'm Bethel Miles here with your Almanac News Report. Today's high was 84 with a low of 69, staying around last year's high and low, with that being a high of 85 and a low of 44. I'm super excited to talk with you guys about these rain percentages. Tomorrow's rain percentage is going to be 24, similar to today, so we might see a couple clouds, but not much precipitation. Now, Friday is one to be moderately worried about, with the rain percentage being at around 54%. And that rain percentage is going to lower going into our weekend, into our early next week. Now, where there's rain, there's definitely pollen. As you can see here, our tree pollen is going to be very, very high today and tomorrow, with that grass pollen being moderate to light and our ragweed pollen being non-existent. Our 7-day forecast is going to consist of beautiful, beautiful weather going into the early next week, with that high for Saturday being 73 and a low of 48, and that high for Sunday being 76 with a low of 48. Now, we've got to talk about baseball. Our weather game day forecast is going to be 73 with a low of 49, which is great weather to watch our Southern Miss Eagles take on the DBU. Thanks, guys. We'll be back after these messages.
For news, weather, sports, and more, follow Southern Miss Student Media on all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.
The world is changing, and we are changing with it as our students create, inspire, and inform. Beginning this fall, the School of Media and Communication will take its Public Relations Master's degree fully online. That means students anywhere in Mississippi or around the world can get their advanced PR degree from the University of Southern Mississippi. Check us out as our students find new ways to create, inspire, and inform.
When it comes to mixing drugs, you may think you have a safe approach, but the truth is, your body can react differently every time, even if you've done them before. Whether you're mixing uppers, downers, or both, using multiple drugs can put extra stress on your heart, making it easier to overdose. Or stop your breathing. Can even be fatal. Drugs take over 250 lives every day. Know the dangers. Be aware. Learn more about the risks of mixing drugs. Visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
On Tuesday, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves signed a bill to ban gender-affirming health care for minors in the state of Mississippi. This will ban both hormone therapy and surgery for those under 18, following similar bills from South Dakota and Utah. According to the Human Rights Campaign, more than 150 bills targeting transgender people have been introduced in the United States. The University of Idaho announced Tuesday that the house in which 4 students were murdered will be demolished. University President Scott Green calls the decision a healing step and says that it will remove efforts to future sensationalize the crime scene. This news follows reports of people visiting the murder site and filming themselves to post on social media. The school has also announced it will begin to offer scholarships in memory of the victims and erect a memorial in their honor. In Iran, dozens of schoolgirls have been poisoned and hospitalized in what is believed to be a deliberate attack. Hundreds of similar cases have been reported in the past few months, mainly taking place in Qom. A government official made a statement Sunday claiming that the attacks are believed to be an attempt to cause closure of girls' schools in the country. Iran's parliament held a conference Tuesday to discuss the attacks and reported they are dealing with the student poisonings. So far, there have been no arrests linked to the attacks. This has been your Flash News Briefing.
Welcome to the SMTV Sports Recap with Amari Anderson. Southern Miss Athletics has been full of buzz for the past week and weekend, and I'm going to give you the full rundown. Let's get right into it with men's basketball. The Eagles had 2 road games to finish out their regular season first. The men took a heartbreaking loss to the Old Dominion Monarchs on Wednesday, but redeemed themselves with a very big win over Texas State. With the 25th win, the team is the regular season champions. The Eagles ended the regular season 25-6, making history for most wins in school history. They secured the #1 seed for the Sun Belt tournament that will take place in Pensacola, Florida. The tournament started Tuesday, February 28th, but the men will not play until Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Last but certainly not least, we have 3 all-conference selections for the men. Austin Crowley gained first-team all-conference, while Felipe Hasse followed behind with second-team all-conference. Finishing out the Big 3, DeAndre Pinkney gained third-team all-conference. Bouncing over to the Lady Eagles, who have just as much good news as the men. The ladies finished the regular season 20-9 and won the regular season championship with a 3-way tie between Texas State and James Madison. The women's Sun Belt tournament started Tuesday, but the Lady Eagles will not play until March 3rd at 5 p.m. Dominique Davis, the Lady Eagles' leading scorer, achieves first-team all-conference for the Sun Belt. Swinging over to the Peak, the Eagles had a nail-biting series against Illinois as they lost it 2-1, but had some great spurts of Golden Eagle baseball. On the softball side, the Lady Eagles are 12-1 after snagging the Hub City Challenge and going undefeated at their home field for the weekend. Running into track and field, the past meet, both teams finished their 2023 indoor campaign with a school record broken and a few other podium trips at the Sun Belt Championships in Birmingham. The women's team finished 9th and the men's team finished 6th. And last, the moment that you've all been waiting for, this week's 4th Street Player of the Week goes to Felipe Haase. He had 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists versus Texas State to win the regular season title. This is also Haase's 4th time winning the award this season. This has been Amari Anderson with your sport recap. To stay up to date on all things USM sports, visit sm2media.com for the latest on sports, or check out the 4th Sports Show on Monday at 5 p.m. on WSM 88.5. Back to you, Garret and Kenny.
Coming up next is your SM2 Community Calendar with Ariana. Be sure to write down these important dates on your calendar. And on this week's Southern Miss Today's show, United Way of South Mississippi joins us to talk about the upcoming events and how you can send for the race or volunteer for the upcoming Hattiesburg Half Marathon.
Yes, Garrett, it's not too late to sign up. You too can play an important role in helping our community by donating to the United Youth Way of South Mississippi. Stay tuned for all this and more.
The world is changing, and we are changing with it as our students create, inspire, and inform. Beginning this fall, the School of Media and Communication will launch its strategic communication program that incorporates public relations, advertising, media sales, and organizational communication. Check us out as our students find new ways to create, inspire, and inform.
Hey Mississippi, we are so excited to announce the launch of the new MEMA app. You can customize weather alerts, get preparedness tips, report damage, and so much more. You can download it today for free at the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. We hope you enjoy it, and of course, stay safe, Mississippi.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside
isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Welcome to SMTV's Community Calendar. I am Ariana Sanders, here with the latest events of the campus. SMAC will be presenting the movie Thor: Love and Thunder on March 3rd from 7 to 9 p.m. Grab your friends and your favorite snacks to enjoy a night of Marvel superheroes in the Joe Paul Student Theater. SMAC will also be presenting its annual silent party on March 8th from 7 to 9 p.m. Come and join the fun and hear about it. It will be held in the R.C. Cook Union, Room B. The USM Residence Hall Association will be hosting a Poetry Slam General Body Meeting on March 6th at 6 p.m. It will be free for all USM students. Bring your best slam poetry or just come to listen at the RHA Center. Eagle Dining will be hosting their annual karaoke night on March 7th at 6 p.m. in the Southern Wing Company. Round 1 of the final matchup for the Golden Mike will be between Amani and Dakota Mad Dog on April 5th. Thank you for tuning into the community calendar. I am Ariana Sanders, reporting with the ladies' events. Make sure to listen to Southern Miss Today radio on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. on WUSM 88.5 and sm2media.com.
This event that's coming up that we're talking a little bit about.
The Hattiesburg Half Marathon.
Yeah.
Yay. So people come from all over the country to run this marathon, this half marathon. Sorry. Yeah. And if I'm correct, a half marathon is like 13.1 miles or 2, one of those. Either way, I've never run one, so anyways, it's taking place on April 1st, and the whole point of this, this was, and I'm on the steering committee, but the Pine Belt Foundation, Miss Caroline and Mr. Mike and a couple of other people have been able to pick this up and run and make sure that we assist those nonprofits with their financial needs. So this race raises money for those organizations. There's 12 organizations. I wrote them all down so I don't forget. The ARC Christian Services, the Child Center for Development, that's on campus. We have DAF, that's Domestic Family. The YMCA, Southern Pines, Dream, DeBarge School, Country Kids, R3SM, and Sacred Heart are all of our participating charities this year. So as a charity runner, you help to raise money for your charity that you signed on for. And those funds help them complete their mission and continue to do the work in this community. So when you come, you're not only getting exercise, you're not only meeting new people, you're also being able, you're contributing to the resources that are needed in this community and helping people fulfill their mission and helping impact and change lives. So I'm here because I need volunteers on the other side of all of this to work those miles. So as a volunteer, you would either work on a water station, you would either pass out bananas because sometimes people get cramps, and we want all these people to make it to the end, whether they're running a 5K or 10K or the whole thing.
Absolutely.
And we need people on the start line, the finish line, or wherever you're needed. We have an after party. The after party is specifically for volunteers, but it's also for the runners. That's where we feed you. You get your medal, you take photos and do all those great things. So the volunteers are truly the backbone of any race, and they're the backbone of this race here. So I'm here because this is something that is open right now. If you are interested, I'm going to share the website, and this young man is going to share it with you as well. It's hberghalfmarathon.com. You'll go and you click on volunteer. It's a Google form. You fill it out. You can pick where you want to work on that specific day. But other than that, we just really need people to show up. That's what makes the difference. If you think about all the personal relationships you have and all the people you know, the people who are the closest to you have always been the people who have shown up when you've needed them to show up.
Absolutely.
Those are the relationships that you cultivate and that you appreciate the most. So on April 1st at 6 a.m., it is the crack of dawn. I understand. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're asking you to arrive and work until about 11:30 or noon. And honestly, it depends on which mile you're on. If you're on mile 2 and everybody gets past mile 2 in 15 minutes, you're done for the day, right? You cheer these runners on. I had the privilege of being on mile 5 last year, and I cannot tell you the difference it made when you see these runners coming by, and you can kind of tell they're in the thick of it. But here you are with an encouraging word, reminding them that this is light work. You do this every day. Like you do this in your sleep, right? And sometimes it gives them that laugh that they need. It lifts up their spirit, but it also keeps them focused on the finish. I mean, truthfully, we're all running a race, right? When this thing we call life. And those who decide to be in our lives and call themselves our friends, we can call them volunteers, right? They may get something out of it. I mean, every relationship should have some reciprocity. But anyways, we need volunteers for this day. Now, you're probably wondering, where am I going to go? Well, the expo is from 10 to 7 on Friday, March the 31st.
Right.
This is where volunteers will arrive at the Hattiesburg Train Depot. Once they get there, they will sign in. They will basically check in and say, I'm here. You'll get your bag, your badge, your T-shirt. You get all that information. You'll also get the location where you'll be serving on Saturday morning.
Okay.
And so Saturday morning comes, you know exactly where you need to go. And I'll be out there too. So this is really the gist of it, right? The meat and the potatoes.
Right.
If you don't eat meat, then just eat the potatoes. Either way, we need volunteers. So I'm just asking, and I'm glad to be here to just ask anyone who's listening, if you want to know more about it before you sign up, feel free to give us a call. You can call me at 601-475-0217, or you can email me at Clarissa, volunteer, SEMS at United Way SEMS. That was a mouthful, so just call me. Just call me, 601-475-0217, and I will assist you.
Right.
But we need volunteers.
Absolutely.
So come out there and help cheer these people on and hand them some water and a banana and tell them they can do it.
Coming up next, we will have a brief recap of Hattiesburg's Mardi Gras Day Parade and a quick wrap-up of the weather for tomorrow and this weekend.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The world is changing, and we are changing with it as our students create, inspire, and inform. Beginning this fall, the School of Media and Communication will launch its digital journalism program that incorporates broadcast journalism and multimedia journalism. Check us out as our students find new ways to create, inspire, and inform.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Though it may be March, Mardi Gras was not too long ago. The joyous season and its festivities are near and dear to many hearts in the Pine Belt. SM2 reporter Garret Grove covered Hattiesburg's parade and tells us all about the excitement that happened around Hardy Street.
The 12th annual KRS Mardi Gras Parade kept the good times rolling in Hattiesburg.
But we wanted to catch the parade, so we thought we'd stop by, and we're enjoying it.
Get some Mardi Gras spirit.
Yeah.
The parade stretched for miles from the corner of 4th Street and Surface Drive to the intersection of Morningside Drive and 38th Avenue. Most of the bead tossing, candy throwing, and float riding action happened on Hardy Street, and there was enjoyment all around.
What was y'all's favorite part of the parade?
Teddy bears. And whenever someone actually threw something to us. Yeah. He threw us a whole bunch of teddy bears.
The crowd filled both sides of Hardy Street, and the attractions and amount of goodies acquired helped the parade become more enjoyable for everyone. The experience should bring back some repeat visitors next year, like Audrey and Lee.
It was really good because I just loved the music and stuff, and it was great because we got a lot of bracelets and necklaces.
We got a lot more than we did last year. Last year we got 3 necklaces. That's it.
But no matter what one got during the parade, the event was a success. It's all but guaranteed to come back next year.
Garret Grove, SM2 News.
Happy Mardi Gras.
So Bethel, what are some big takeaways for the weather over the next few days?
Yes, Amari. On tomorrow, it will bring some relief from the rain as well, as we'll see partially cloudy skies with likely dangerous severe outbreaks that could produce strong tornadoes in the late evening hours into the AM hours. Highs will be low to mid 80s, while lows will drop to the low to mid 60s. On Friday, we'll see mostly AM showers and late in the day sunny skies. Temperatures will start to warm up with highs in the lows around 70 during the day and around 50s at night. As we head into the weekend, Saturday will be another sunny day with highs in the upper 70s and lows in the low 50s. However, Sunday will bring some changes as the clouds move in and we see a chance of scattered showers. Throughout the day, highs will remain in the upper 70s while lows will be in the mid 60s. That's your weather forecast for the week, Hattiesburg. Stay safe and enjoy the spring weather.
Hi, y'all want to banter?
Yeah, why not? You know, what was really interesting, especially what I noticed in your weather report, Bethel, is when you were talking about pollen. And I mean, my goodness, my white car is practically yellow at this point.
I have a
It's
white
crazy.
car. My back windshield is literally yellow. It looks like I'm in an old time movie when I look back through my windshield.
My Jeep green, so don't feel bad.
But you guys know it's actually the type of pollen that it is. It's tree pollen. It's a couple different kinds, but the yellow one is the tree pollen that's really coming out. It's pretty hot.
Some new influx of oxygen.
Yeah, virtually,
All right.
virtually. And also where there's rain, there's always pollen as well. So,
Very interesting.
Thank you so much for watching SMTV.
Be sure to subscribe to Southern Miss Student Media on YouTube and follow us on social media.
you can find all these stories from today's show on our website, smtv2.com.
You will be sure to find a new episode of the show every other Wednesday evening. Stay tuned for our next episode, which airs on March 22nd.
This has been Ariana Sanders,
Kenny Ellzey,
Bethel Miles,
Garret Grove,
And Amari Anderson. And as always, Southern Miss
to the top.
Looking for the latest SMTV News episode? Find us and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Southern Miss Student Media. If you would like to advertise with Southern Miss Student Media, give us a call today at 601-266-4258 or reach out to Justin Martin at wilbur.martin@usm.edu.
The University of Southern Mississippi Student Media Center is the heartbeat of the USM experience. The center is home to dozens of producers, writers, and visual artists of all types. In addition to news, entertainment, sports, music, and other programming, the center hosts a vibrant strategic communication division. It's made up of teams working on social media, advertising sales, graphics, and more. Everything is produced by students and for students, under the guidance of the Student Media Center professional staff. The center is housed in USM's School of Media and Communication, just down the bricks from the Rock and the Student Union. School Director Ed Simpson says the Student Media Center serves as the loudspeaker for the USM student voice and the training ground for the next generation of media professionals.
The Student Media Center is where our students get hands-on experience in real-world situations. That's because what we do serves real audiences and real clients.
Whatever you see yourself doing, the Student Media Center has a place for you.
We ask our students to find the truth and then tell it in a way that's compelling.
When students produce something for a live stream or for the radio, they know they gotta get it right.
Working here in the Student Media Center, when we say hands-on, it's not a slogan, it's what we do.
The Student Media Center is the voice of the Golden Eagles and home to the next generation of truth tellers, storytellers, and all those with the energy and desire to express their hearts in the fields they've chosen.
Join us